I love this club, but when we took it over, it came with massive amounts of debt and massive problems. The club's now at the end of its usable life, so we needed to find what our community today wanted our club to be tomorrow. The club's full of concrete cancer, maintenance problems that cost us millions of dollars to just keep it going. So we spent the last 18 months asking our community what you want from a new Diggers. And our community has told us that they want a new Harbord Diggers. They don't want to lose that heritage or that history. They want to keep their not-for-profit business going that supplies millions of dollars to our community. But they also want a new fitness centre. They want a new swimming pool. But you also want to help those people in our community that need your help. You told us that when a person's lived in our community for 50, 60 or 70 years, they shouldn't have to move away when they need to downsize and go to a smaller home. That's why we've included seniors living. And then you've told us that when those people move out and do downsize and younger families move into those homes, those younger families need the support of a really high quality childcare centre to deliver to their needs. So we brought it all together, spread out over 3.75 acres of land on the freshwater headland. But it can't happen unless you stand up with us. Unless you stand beside us and tell Warringah Council that you want this to happen, that you understand that the buildings are less bulky, that you understand that it's spread out and that it's delivering to the community's needs of today. We need you to write to Warringah Council and tell them that you support a new dawn for the Diggers. We need you to tell them that you understand what we're trying to achieve and that it fits what our community needs today. Now that's a dream worth fighting for.
The existing club really does need to be redeveloped, not only to make it functionally more efficient, but also take advantage and respond to the magnificent coastal headland setting that we all know about. So here we have the model showing the existing club and the bowling greens above the car parking structure to the rear. And I want to show you the envelopes, the planning envelopes that we've planned for the development of the future of the club. These building envelopes respond to, the highest envelope responds to the apartment buildings immediately to the south, and then the lower building envelopes around a central courtyard. The club itself has the full frontage to the north, overlooking Curl Curl and the ocean. It's a single level club, and so therefore it's much more functionally efficient than the current club, and has the enormous advantage of having the same height as the existing club, but reduced in bulk. And then another series of envelopes around the street frontages, Carrington Street and Evans Street. These envelopes represent the maximum extent of the future buildings on the site. They're not the design of the future buildings yet, that's still to come. The envelopes are within the existing local planning controls in terms of height limits. When you look at the envelope to the east, it's using the existing structure of the club, but narrowing the structure down, so it's less bulk than the existing club. Now I'd like to show you an indicative building design that shows how these envelopes might be filled out with future buildings. As you can see, the architecture is now a little bit more detailed to give a feeling for how the buildings work on the site. This is still not a full architectural design, that's subject to the next application to council. The first application is just the building envelopes which define the heights, the setbacks and the uses. So in regards to uses, we've got the club at the single level with full frontage overlooking the view to the north, and having this redevelopment enables a whole range of additional community facilities that the club manager has talked about. For example, we've got a new daycare centre, so the child daycare will be at the same level as McKillock Park. Below the childcare centre, adjacent to Sunken Courtyard, is a community facility for youth, and it actually has the size of a basketball court, and that would be adjacent to a gymnasium. At the Evans Street frontage, and where the access is through to the club, we'll also have community care or respite care for people, and which is another facility that the club doesn't currently have but would be expanded on this site. And then around the courtyard, above the club, is seniors living accommodation. So we have 3 stories fronting Carrington Street and Evans Street, and then the adaptive reuse of part of the structure of the existing club building. So the whole development will be unified together architecturally with a future design of the club. All the car parking for the club will be below ground within 2 basement levels, so all car parking will be out of sight. And this car parking area, which is subject to a separate approval process, will be landscaped and continue the walking trails that occur along Curl Curl, across and then down to Freshwater Beach. At the moment, all these plans are just dreams. We're looking at a stage 1 development application, just the envelopes, the height, the setbacks and the uses for planning approval. The next stage is what's called a stage 2 detailed development application, which is the architectural design. That's an exciting stage because we'll get some of the best architects in Australia to look at the best design for this location on this fantastic headland. In the end, the club really needs a development that is financially sustainable for the long term and also of maximum benefit to the local community. I think that this redevelopment with modern lifestyle and ways of entertaining the local community and giving service to the local community will be one of the best places to be on the Warringah Manly Peninsula.
In order for the diggers to meet the needs of our community, we need to become financially viable. The only way we can do that is to reinvent ourselves into meeting the community needs of today. So in the spirit of those original diggers that always put the needs of others before themselves, our community has asked us to deliver affordable seniors living, flexible and high standard childcare, a new fitness centre, a new club, and community services that we deliver so well. For us to meet those needs, we need your help. We need you to come into the club and sign a petition. We need you to write a letter to Warringah Council in support of the project. We need you to work with us to save Harbord Diggers. Because I love this club. I love everything that it stands for. And I don't want to see it die.